Here's a weird one, Will. Napping regularly linked to high blood pressure and stroke. Study finds.
Do you nap?
Well, here's the thing. I read that headline and I'm immediately skeptical because there's been moments in my life, and again, you got to go in and read the fine details here to discover what's really going on. But there's been moments in my life where a nap totally resets. I feel so refreshed and capable. Now, for the record, you go have one of those really long naps and you're all confused and you feel like you got punched in the head and you're like, what time is it? What planet am I on?
You feel more tired.
If you go over an hour, that's not a nap anymore.
That's a sleep.
Yeah, that's a sleep during the day.
That's night.
And so essentially what this study is about is it's saying like a lot of people who take naps aren't doing so as a supplementary thing. They're doing so because their nighttime sleep is probably poor to begin with, which is the reason they're exhausted during the day. And if you have poor nighttime sleep to begin with, then the nap might not be sufficient to make up for it. So they did this study and they determined that people who typically nap during the day were 12% more likely to develop high blood pressure over time, or 24% more likely to have a stroke compared with people who never napped. But I'm sitting there saying, well, the people who never nap, maybe they go to bed at 8 p.m. Like there's so many variables and factors. And then I'm reading through the thing even further. And then I just realize how important it is to really look at the details of any of these things. They do suggest a refreshing power nap to be 15 to 20 minutes around noon to 2 p.m. That's the way to go if you're sleep deprived. If you have chronic insomnia, no encouragement for naps because then it takes away the drive to sleep at night. If you're already having trouble sleeping at night, push yourself through to get to it so you're actually tired when you need to be.
Yeah.
To ease into the most important rest, which is in the evening. But then I read this part, which I'm like, okay, most of the people in the study who took regular naps also smoked cigarettes, drank daily, snored, and had insomnia. Okay.
Well, why are they keeping the last paragraph?
It's like, it's like, well, what are we doing over here?
They tricked you.
Those things might contribute. It's which came first, the chicken or the egg? Was I having trouble sleeping, so I reached for the cigarettes and the alcohol? Or was I enjoying the cigarettes and the alcohol, which affected the sleep, the snoring correlation, or the insomnia already being there? But so anyway, read it. You got to read it in a certain way, which is essentially that those who nap more frequently typically have a reason why they're napping more frequently.
Right.
And it's not that they're doing it from a health conscious perspective of, I'm going to get 15 minutes before I head out to my next healthy activity and my next healthy meal, and then my perfectly timed bedtime and my workout routine, and so on and so forth. That if you're depleted to begin with, you might be more inclined towards sleeping half the day. If you're in terrible physical fitness, you might be more inclined towards sleeping half the day.
Yeah.
And if you're just, if you're not getting up and moving around, you can see why the body would send you some terrible signals. You can see why the body would turn into a sedentary mess.
Yeah.
So I think go for your 15 or 20 and don't overdo it because you'll mess up your evening. That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.